this show, we have visited with some very unusual people. Some were eccentric, some bizarre, some extraordinary. This next story is all of these and more.
This story deals with a man who wants to turn into his wife's wife, and his wife who wants to turn into her husband's husband.
And the town in Arizona, which doesn't know which way to turn.
This is a portrait of Jean and Harry Reynolds taken a couple of years ago with their two children. The older girl, Barbie, is from Harry's previous marriage. This is Jean and Harry today. Today, Harry is Sheila, at least in name and in spirit. In body, though, Harry, who is 6 feet 8 inches tall, wants to have an operation to become Jean's wife.
Here we are.
And then Jean, who is 5 feet 2, wants an operation to become Harry's husband. I visited them in Benson, Arizona, at a motel where they've been living since being asked to vacate their previous residences.
Hi, I'm Joe Gardner.
I'm Jean. How are you?
Fine, thank you. You must be Sheila.
Yes, won't you come in?
Oh, thank you very much. Jeannie, how did you and Sheila meet?
We met at a party. I was pretty spaced out and running around with the wrong crowd.
I met Jean when I was married to somebody else, my last wife.
As Harry?
Yes, as Harry.
When you met one another, was it love at first sight?
The feelings grew the more we knew each other, but the attraction was immediate.
Sheila, Barbie knew you as Harry and his daddy. How has she been able to cope or handle going from calling you daddy to calling you mommy?
Barbie calls me either mommy or Sheila. She said no problem adapting to that. We are much closer now than we were before, and we were very close before. Barbie has no problem with other students at school or with her teachers. There's been no problems whatsoever. She's almost a straight A student, going to the 2nd grade next year.
How much would your operation cost?
Depending on the surgeon, somewhere between $20,000 and $25,000.
The operation will cost me $5,000. So when I have my surgery, I'll be the only 35-year-old virgin in Benson.
Okay, hold it. Now.
When Sheila broke up, the interview broke up. So next morning, we followed them around Benson and discovered it was the first time Sheila had gone into a market since cross-dressing as a woman.
She has never come in, but I have seen his wife has been in.
We run up against a lot of negative attitudes. I'm not trying to infringe anything on people that they can't accept. I want people to be able to accept me.
You know, if the good Lord wanted to be a man, he makes a man. If he wanted to be a woman, he makes you a woman.
People have their own ways of doing things, and I guess if they feel it's right, then I guess to them it's right.
When we went out on the street to talk to people, many of them wondered in language unfit for the family viewing hour why Sheila and Jean settled in Benson and not in a city where they might have been more accepted.
It looked like a pleasing town. The climate was good for her health, and so we just settled down for a while and liked it. If we'd have moved into San Francisco or something like that, we might have been accepted, but that wouldn't have helped her health any.
While Jean checked out parts for the car, Sheila went shopping alone, recalling life as Harry.
When I was Harry, my life was confusing, miserable. As Harry, I was married 3 times before Jean. I was definitely in a very much of a macho trip. That was a great deal of physical aggressiveness, growing a very large beard. It was literally punching anybody out that referred to me in any way as feminine. I made the decision to have my operation, to be myself, to appear as myself, about 7 months ago.
I think the full realization that I was a male came to me after my first divorce about 6 years ago.
Jean and Sheila are unemployed and live on Harry's VA compensation from his Army days, so money for their operation is hard to come by.
We had a surgeon, and we paid him $2,000 down. It was less than 12 hours before the surgery time was set, and there were some legal difficulties kept him from doing the actual operation. He's gone to another state excuse me, he still has the 2,000.
Sheila's main pleasure and refuge is her family, and after taking care of them all day, she looks forward to what many women do.
I've had a problem with split ends, and it seems though no matter what I try, the problem keeps persisting. You know what I can do about it?
But Jean's one outlet is a little more active.
Jean, what would happen if you couldn't get the money to have your operation performed at the same time, and Sheila had her operation and she became physically a woman, and you would still be a woman? Would you let her go out with a natural man?
To experience sex and love as a woman, I'd be selfish to say no.
Sheila, how do you feel about being married to somebody who is younger and shorter than you?
I'm used to getting the short end of everything.